This first part is going to be about where did my libido go? I should tell you, I'm not a doctor. I don't have a PhD, and I can't prescribe hormones. But I do have a perimenopausal body, 52 years of living in it, and a mission that started the day that I realized my libido had gone without a trace. One morning I looked in the mirror and I wondered who swapped my spark for fatigue, for night sweats, for forgetfulness, moodiness, excessive peeing, and a sore shoulder. If you're watching this, I'm guessing you can relate to at least some of those things. I want you to know you're not alone. Nearly 60% of women in midlife notice a change in sexual desire. And more than half of women over 50 stop having sex altogether, not because they want to, but because it starts feeling complicated, painful, or just kind of absent. And the problem is, most of us, we never talk to our doctor about it. And that silence can really hurt because silence makes us believe we're the only ones. And maybe we feel a little shamed to talk about it with anyone else, thinking that we are the only ones. It's not true. So let's talk about what is really going on with our libido in midlife. We're going to talk about what's myth, what's fact, and what's absolutely fixable. I call this the flame framework. We're going to start with F, forget the fairy tale. The myth is, if I really loved my partner, I'd always want sex. The reality check is that's Hollywood. That is not hormones. And the fact is, desire isn't automatic. It really is contextual. When we're juggling jobs, family, and menopause symptoms, spontaneous lust is not at the top of our list. And that's not a moral failing. That's biology doing its best under stress. You can't feel turned on when your body's just trying to survive the day. Desire needs space, it needs curiosity, and maybe a locked door, but it doesn't need fairy dust. Next is L for lube, ladies. The myth is, if I need lube, something's wrong. But the fact is, needing lube just means you're human. If sex feels different, it's because your body is different. Estrogen drops, tissues thin, and dryness happens to most everyone. Pain or discomfort is not a failure. It's a biological sign that your body needs a little support, and that's okay. And frankly, even if you don't need lube, it still can make playtime way more fun, believe me. And there's no shame in that. Lubricants like Oboo's Lube Daily can help make comfort and pleasure part of your routine again. And if you're dealing with sensitivity or extra dryness, a balm like our Smooth Daily Vulva Balm helps restore that softness and the confidence that we deserve. You could think of these as skincare for your vulva, just like you use for your face, ladies. Next is A, ask for what you need. The myth is my partner should just know. The fact is, none of us are mind readers. Our needs have evolved physically, emotionally, relationally. What worked 10 years ago might not work right now. And honestly, as much as I'm suggesting that you ask your partner for what you need, the first step may be asking yourself the very same question. Do you know what you need? Do you know what feels good now? If you don't, how would your partner know what makes us feel good? I'm a big fan of taking some well-deserved me time to discover what feels good on your own. I call it an oboo break. And then what we can do is share that with a partner when we're ready. It could be for more time. It could be asking for more gentleness. It could be for touch without a finish line. And it could be a little to the right. If that conversation feels awkward, just remember, you learn to talk about mortgage rates, you learn to talk about college applications, and you've talked about perimenopause itself. You can talk about this too. After the A comes M, mind the mood. The myth is that desire, or actually the lack thereof, is all about hormones. But the fact is, hormones are only part of the picture. Desire doesn't live in our hormones alone. It lives in our heads and in our nervous systems. Stress, exhaustion, resentment, lack of sleep, these do more damage to libido than low estrogen ever could. If your brain is spinning with to-do lists, It's not flipping any switches for pleasure. That's why taking small moments to breathe, rest, or even laugh with friends isn't optional. It really is foreplay for your nervous system. And finally, E, explore again. The myth is, this part of my life is over. The fact is, it's just getting interesting. We've spent years caring for everyone else, our kids, our partners, our parents, our jobs, our bosses. And somewhere along the way, pleasure got bumped off the calendar. Exploring again can mean something new. It might mean flirting with life, dancing, or daydreaming. It could mean a different kind of touch, a new mindset, or yes, a tool that helps you connect with yourself again. This is why I created oboo, to help women find tools that fit our bodies in our stage of life without shame and without that awkward packaging. So if you've been wondering where your libido went, maybe it's not lost. It's just hiding under your to-do list. And don't believe the myths. We can fix them. Forget that fairy tale. This means love doesn't equal constant desire. Dryness is normal, fixable, and no one gets a medal for friction. Ask for what you need. Yourself first, your partner second. Mind your mood. Stress kills desire faster than hormones ever could. And finally, explore now. This chapter isn't over. It's just getting interesting.